You may have heard this story before. A young woman, a short relationship, and an act of revenge so calculated it changed her life forever. This is the story of Katie, and the message that led to everything. Katie's life. Katie was 24 years old, living in London. She had always stood out. People noticed her wherever she went. Encouraged by years of attention, Katie decided to pursue modeling. And it worked. She landed paid gigs, appeared on television, and even worked as a ring girl at combat sports events. She wasn't famous, but she was building momentum. For the first time in her life, things felt like they were finally moving forward. Until one ordinary day in 2008. The Facebook message. That day, Katie logged onto Facebook and noticed a message from someone she didn't know. His name was Danny. He described himself as a martial arts enthusiast and told Katie he had seen her work before. He said he'd been following her career. At first it felt strange, but they started talking. Messages turned into phone calls. Phone calls turned into plans. Eventually, Katie agreed to meet him. The relationship escalates. In person, Danny was charming. The first date went well, then the second. By the end of that second date, Danny told Katie something unexpected, that he loved her. To most people, that would have been a red flag. But Katie interpreted it as intensity, not danger. Soon, Danny wanted to see her every day. He discouraged her from spending time with friends. He became possessive. And all of this happened within just 2 weeks. The hotel night. One evening after a date, they stayed overnight at a hotel. That night, Katie said no. What followed shocked her. Danny became aggressive, volatile, and threatening. He refused to let her leave. His emotions swung wildly: anger, tears, rage. Katie was trapped for hours. Eventually, she told him what she needed to say to survive, that everything would be okay. Only then did he let her go. The breakup, an amp. The lies. Katie went home and locked herself inside. She was terrified. Danny began calling relentlessly, texting, emailing. When she finally told him she wanted nothing to do with him, he blamed his behavior on steroids. He begged for forgiveness. Then he made one request. He asked her to leave her apartment and go to a nearby internet cafe to read an email he had sent. He promised that if she did, he would leave her alone forever. The attack. Katie agreed. What she didn't know was that Danny had already set a plan in motion. Outside her apartment, another man was waiting. As Katie walked down the street, that man approached her and threw a corrosive substance into her face. Katie screamed and ran for help. She survived. Arrests and amp. Aftermath. CCTV footage led police to the attacker quickly. He was arrested and soon confessed. Danny had ordered the attack. Both men were charged and sentenced. Katie spent weeks in intensive care and years undergoing reconstructive surgery. Her injuries were permanent, but her story didn't end there. Katie's strength. Katie refused to disappear. She became a speaker, an author, a voice for survivors. Today, she lives on her own terms, not defined by what was taken from her, but by what she reclaimed. This was a real story, quietly retold. This is Whispers of Crime.